Okay, so you know how much has been happening in AI, right?
Yeah, it's been wild.
Well, on September 12th, OpenAI, the ChatGPT folks, made this huge announcement
Oh, yeah.
that has everyone buzzing.
Yeah.
They're calling their new AI model O1, and it's designed for something they call advanced reasoning.
Right. And that's really interesting because previous AI models, even the really impressive ones, were mostly, very good at pattern recognition. Like
Okay.
they could analyze tons of data and make predictions,
Right.
but they kind of struggled with that step-by-step logical thinking
Right.
that, we humans just kind of take for granted.
So it's not just about O1 spitting out answers based on what it's seen before.
No, not at all. It's about it actually working through problems.
Like how we would solve a math problem or something.
Exactly like that.
Yeah.
Think about it. You wouldn't just glance at a tough math problem and just blurt out the first number that comes to mind.
Right.
You'd think about all the different concepts, maybe try a few different approaches,
Yeah.
maybe jot down some notes, right?
Sure.
That's what OpenAI is trying to do with O1, replicate that deliberate problem-solving process.
Interesting.
They've trained these models to, take their time,
Okay.
refine their approach,
Got it.
and even recognize when they've made a mistake.
It's like giving AI a crash course in critical thinking.
Yeah, exactly.
What's fascinating to me is how do you even begin to teach an AI to think more like a human?
Right.
Like, what does that even look like?
That's the million-dollar question.
Yeah.
And to be honest, OpenAI is being a bit tight-lipped about the specifics, which isn't unusual, in the competitive world of AI.
Right, of course.
But what we do know is that it involves feeding the model massive, massive amounts of data.
Okay.
And I don't just mean raw text and code.
Mm-hmm.
Imagine feeding it examples of solved problems,
Oh, yeah.
logical arguments,
Interesting.
even philosophical debates.
Oh.
It's like giving the AI a really well-rounded education
Oh, wow.
in how humans approach complex issues.
So they're going way beyond the usual AI training.
Absolutely.
They're essentially trying to teach O1 how to think like us.
Yeah,
How to approach problems from all these different angles.
exactly.
We've got to talk about what happens when you unleash that kind of AI on some serious challenges, because OpenAI put O1 to the test.
They did.
And the results are, well, impressive, to say
Right.
the least.
Very impressive.
We're talking about O1 taking on problems that would make most people's brains melt,
Totally.
and not
Yeah.
just keeping up,
Yeah,
excelling.
right.
For example, imagine an AI going head-to-head with PhD students
Wow. Yeah.
in physics, chemistry, and biology.
Ah.
And we're not talking like intro to bio here.
No.
What's at the big league?
Yeah, like upper-level coursework, research, the real deal.
Okay, so like those physics problems that seem impossible
Right.
until you see someone work through them step by step.
Exactly.
You're like, okay, I kind of get it now.
Yeah.
Except O1 is the one breaking it down.
It's wild.
And it's not just science. O1 went head-to-head with some seriously talented humans in, get this, math competitions.
Well, yeah, they really threw O1 into the ring with, the best young mathematicians in the world. The International Math Olympiad qualifying exam.
Wow.
And that's not just about, memorizing formulas.
Right.
It's about creative problem solving,
Yeah.
abstract thinking, the whole shebang.
So how did it do?
O1 scored an 83%.
83%.
83%.
I mean, that's impressive for anyone,
I know, right?
let alone an AI.
That's amazing.
To put that in perspective, they also ran the same test with GPT-4,
Right.
which scored a 13%.
Yeah, huge difference.
We are talking about a massive leap in ability here.
It's a whole different league.
And if that wasn't enough, they also decided to see how O1 would fare in the world of, wait for it, competitive coding.
Oh, wow. Yeah.
Now, imagine the pressure of a coding competition.
Oh, I can't even imagine.
You're up against the clock
Yeah.
trying to write elegant, efficient code
Right.
to solve these complex problems.
Absolutely. Some of the best coders out there.
Yeah, not exactly a walk in the park.
Not at all.
So how do one do against those coding whizzes?
All right, so they put O1 on the Code Forces platform,
Okay.
which is where these competitions are hosted.
Gotcha.
And remember, this is against some of the best human coders out there.
Right.
O1 landed in the 89th percentile.
89th percentile.
89th percentile.
You're saying this AI is basically ready to join a top-tier tech company
I know, right?
and start, like, coding circles around.
Basically.
That's incredible.
That's incredible, 89th percentile. But it also raises some big questions because with this level of capability, this ability to actually reason and problem solve, things could get a little,
Oh, absolutely.
unpredictable.
Yeah.
How can we trust O1 to use all that brain power?
Right. Responsibly.
You've hit on a really crucial point.
Yeah.
Anytime you have this significant of a jump in AI capabilities,
Right.
you have to think about the potential downsides.
Yeah, for sure.
And to OpenAI's credit, they seem to be approaching this with a lot of care.
Okay.
They've introduced something they call reasoning-based safety with O1.
Reasoning-based safety.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm all ears.
So remember how we talked about O1's ability to, think step by step?
Right, to reason like a human.
Exactly.
Yeah.
OpenAI has basically leveraged that ability to create kind of a stronger internal safety system.
Right.
So instead of just giving O1 a list of rules to follow, they've actually trained it to understand the context and the reasoning behind those rules.
So it's not just about saying, don't do this. It's about explaining the why behind the rules.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Like we do with, with children.
Right, yeah.
They've exposed O1 to this massive, massive amount of data that includes examples of harmful or unethical AI use.
Okay.
Alongside explanations of why those uses are a problem.
Got it.
And this allows O1 to kind of generalize those lessons and apply them to new situations.
Oh, interesting.
Making it much harder to manipulate or jailbreak.
So they're essentially teaching O1 to think ethically.
In a way, yes.
But how do they actually test that?
Well, they have these internal red teams.
Okay.
Whose job it is to basically poke holes in O1's defenses.
Oh, interesting.
They try to find ways to trick the AI to get it to break its own safety rules.
It's like a constant game of cat and mouse.
Exactly, yeah, with the red team trying to stay one step ahead.
And to make things even more interesting, OpenAI isn't keeping all of this in-house.
Right, they're collaborating with both the US and UK AI safety institutes.
Wow.
To get that, independent expert feedback.
So they're really going above and beyond to make sure that O1 is used safely and responsibly.
It seems like it, which is good to hear.
That is good to hear. But let's shift gears for a moment.
Okay.
For those of us who aren't, AI safety experts.
Right.
But are still super curious about O1, what can we actually do with it?
Well, if you're a ChatGPT Plus or Team user, you can actually start experimenting with O1 right now.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, they've got 2 versions available, the O1 Preview, and then a faster, more affordable version called O1 Mini, which is specifically designed for coding.
So if you're a developer or if you're working on projects where cost efficiency is key, O1 Mini might be the way to go.
Exactly.
Very cool.
And for everyone else who's eager to get their hands on this groundbreaking technology, OpenAI is working on bringing O1 to enterprise, Edu, and even free ChatGPT users soon.
It sounds like they're really committed to making this accessible to as many people as possible.
It seems so.
This is definitely just the beginning for OpenAI.
Hell yeah.
And for O1, who knows what amazing things people will achieve with this technology in the years to come.
Yeah.
It's a really exciting time to be following AI.
For sure.
And I have a feeling we're only scratching the surface of what's possible.
Totally.
This has been The Deep Dive. Thanks for joining us.